everyone, and welcome back to another episode of my Feather World. In the last episode, which was like 4 months ago, we got to work on this village area. We got rid of all the villager houses. We trapped them inside that little dirt hut for now. There you go. You can see them. They look so happy. And we built these 4 lovely houses. One is for a butcher villager, which we'll get in there and we'll sort all that out. One over here is just going to be for a cactus and melon farm, which I'm hoping is going to be able to fit in here nicely. And we'll make it automatic if we can. This over here is our, our blacksmith. Brittany's blacksmith. There she is. We'll free her later once everything's a lot more safer, but I'm sure she's enjoying her little workstation. And I know you might be wondering, why isn't the interior not done yet? But one day it will get done, okay? Not sure when, not sure what episode, but surely it will get done someday. This is for the maps, like a map shop sort of thing, where we'll have Marco, our lovely villager, and he'll be selling like a bunch of like the cartography stuff and all in here. Enough of all that yapping. Yeah, that's all we got done. It felt like we did a lot more, but yeah, that's it. I began to like map out like other little things that I want to build. Like I wanted to build like a fisherman's house down there. On this side I marked out some more locations. Like I want to build a wolf farm, a build to cover this like zombie farm that we have here. We need to build a toolsmith's house, lots and lots of different things. I was thinking before we get started on that, we may as well do a little bit of mining because I want to get my hands on some more diamonds. I think it's like episode 6 or is it episode 7? I'm not sure, but either way, we don't have a full set of diamond armor or tools. So I think that's something really important that we should probably do before we get to work on building a bunch of farms and finishing the village off. When I normally go mining in this world, I normally head that way and there's like a couple of caves there, but I was thinking I want to head off to like a new location and do some mining. So Domino, I hope you're ready. You've been cooped up in here for too long, so let's get us out. There we go. So I'm gonna head off with Domino, hopefully find a nice caving area and get ourselves some more diamonds. Okay, we found a cave, which I hope leads all the way down to deep state. We need to be careful. I don't want to accidentally kill my horse. Anyways, I think I'm going to leave Domino right over here. Yeah, Domino, wait. Here's a torch so you don't get scared of the dark. And let me get my leads out. There we go. You can stay right here and I'll be back. Okay, I'm going to do a quick little mining session. And hopefully I can get my hands on a bunch of diamonds. And you know what? Can you guys stay here and keep an eye on Domino while I'm in the mines? That'd be great. I'll be back soon. Okay, so I have made it back out of the mines and I hope that Domino has been good. If he hasn't been good, then I guess we gotta teach him a lesson. So from that mining session, I was able to get my hands on a bunch of copper, iron, obviously some diamonds, lapis, and a bunch of random blocks. I'm gonna start smelting all this up. We are going to need a diamond chest plate, so I'm gonna craft that up first. We now have ourselves a full set of diamond armor and some tools. Once I get up to 30 XP, I am going to use the enchanting table, but I'm also going to work on villager trades in this episode, so I'm hoping we can get mending for all of this because it's really annoying when everything breaks. Speaking of villagers and trades, I think that's what I'm going to start working on right now. Let's build a trading hall. I am going to get started by just mapping out just how big I want the trading hall to be. Oh my god, I was actually about to talk, guys, and it just starts raining. Like, it's like Minecraft knows. Anyways, I was about to say that I've just finished the outline for the build and I'm planning on just like the inside to fill it up with some stripped oak, some oak planks, And using the blocks that I've got so far, I'm going to start filling up the walls. I'm just thinking about how it looks kind of weird, like this. So I might try moving this like one block backwards, and hopefully that way it looks a bit more better. I'm having so much fun breaking this all down. And maybe we can sort of like move this part maybe a little bit more like inwards, if it makes sense. Yeah, you know what? That looks a lot better than before. It looks less flat. So I'm just gonna fix all this and the rest of the sides, and I'll catch you guys literally in a second. And just like that, I have just finished completing the walls of the build. This is how everything is looking like. It is now time for us to start moving on to the roof. Now, I was thinking for the roof, I need to... Well, it's going to be a bit weird to make. So I was thinking I need to like make it go up this way, and then I might have a little curve and then bring it back down. Let's try to give that a go. After I completed the outline for the roof, I then got my hands on some terracotta, some cactuses and bamboo, as I wanted to basically make a green sort of gradient for the roof. And I had some extra parts of the walls that I needed to fill in, so I used some birch and some sandstone. Now, since the roof was sort of like a curved shape, I didn't want to make square windows, so I decided to make circular ones. For the floor, I decided to use a bunch of different variants of the tough blocks. And then it was the most exciting time of my life, which I had to bring all the villagers inside and start working on their trades, which, you know, I really enjoyed. I loved it so much, guys. And after a very long time, I think the trading hall is somewhat done. It really hasn't been that long. There was just a couple of days that I've just been slacking, and days that I've been really motivated to work on this, but this is the progress I have made so far. I think we've got all the basic ones that we really need. We've got unbreaking, we've got, you know, power 5, we've got looting, protection, mending, sharpness 5. This one here probably took the longest. It took me like 30 minutes of breaking and replacing the lectern, but I finally got myself efficiency 5, which I haven't brought yet because I don't have enough money, so that is something that I need to do. Before, obviously, I head down, we've got some, you know, villagers that I can sell sticks to, some that I can sell, like, crops and stuff to. Down here, I've just started to somewhat make, like, a villager breeder, if that makes sense. It's not, like, the most, like, craziest one, but the way it works is that, obviously, they plant the crops, they sell it, they do everything it is with each other, and then when they produce a child, it sort of falls down here. Oh, I was just trying to show you with the free cam mod, but at that exact same time, I've just saw some hearts popping up, and it seems like they're having a baby. Anyway, the child is there, which is the most, what's it called? This is like the perfect time I can show you how my water elevator works. What time is it? Okay, it's not nighttime yet, but when it is, the way this works is the baby will sort of make its way over towards this bed, because obviously it wants to go to sleep. And when it does, it will fall down here, and we can sort of watch its journey and how it sort of gets all the way up there. So I'm just going to wait until it gets to nighttime, and I can show you guys how this little villager breeder works. Oh, it seems... Oh, there we go. Okay, recam mod. Okay, there's the villager. He's coming all the way this way. Come on now. You know you want the bed over there. Not the one on top. Okay, this is going to take, I think, a bit too long. So what might just be helpful is if I break this bed at any second now. He should want the other one, and we should see it go through the water elevator. There we go. That was actually kind of funny. And there we go. I've got my trapped baby villager. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, a lot of this like trading hall has been sort of set up and done. The only thing that I really want to do left, obviously besides working on some extra trades over there, is make like a chandelier. But I want to use like end rods like in the chandelier, but obviously I haven't gone to the end yet, so I think that chandelier can wait till next time. Now, I was mentioning earlier about how I need emeralds and stuff, so I think the next farm that would be like useful to make would be a raid farm. Now, to make a raid farm, the best and like ideal location would be like the ocean. And there's one that's not like too far from us. I was thinking like around here we can build a raid farm. But yeah, I want to get started on that. So I hope you guys just enjoy the time lapse of me building it while I'll just suffer building it. Catch you guys in a bit. I have just finished making the raid farm, and that was actually a lot quicker than I thought it would be. Even bringing the villager over wasn't too bad because there was like a village just over here. And something I also noticed is we got an ocean monument in the same ocean as well. So in the future, if I ever want to, you know, make a, what's it called, a guardian farm, or, you know, those prismarine stuff, I could do that too. But I'm just gonna get straight onto the moment that I've been waiting for. I've got some omnious bottles that I've collected from the trial chamber that I did earlier, and the pillager outpost that I found. We're gonna give the highest omen effect a go and see what kind of drops we get. Hopefully we get a good amount. I've just realized that the drops ain't gonna be amazing because I don't even have a looting sword. This is the drops that I've got. Considering I don't have a looting 3 sword, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, we got 2 totems for it. I am going to make my way all the way back home. Hopefully put some looting on my sword, and then I'm going to try this again. 10 emeralds. I do not mind if I do. Okay, so I've spent a little bit of time at the raid farm, and I was able to get some more emeralds, so I got myself some protection on my armor. But the issue is that I need to make an anvil because I bought a bunch more books, but I just can't put them on my tools and my armor because I only have 27 pieces of iron left, which is not enough for an anvil. Which means I think I know the next farm that I want to create. I've just been looking at YouTube for like a nice like iron farm tutorial to watch, and what I've noticed is that technically it shouldn't be built like super close to like existing villagers because I guess that sort of impacts the drops. So I was thinking I could potentially make it on this side because we don't really have much villagers roaming around over here. As you can see, it's taken me a bit of a while to actually decide if I want to build the iron farm here, and I decided yes, I actually quite like this area. We have quite a bit of space to work with, which is nice. So I'm planning on building the farm around here, and then we can think about a build that can cover it up. So I'm going to get started on making the farm, and I'll catch you guys when it's done. Okay, I'm not even making this up at this point, but as soon as I pressed record, it started to rain in Minecraft. But yeah, okay, we'll just do it in the rain. So this is how the build is looking like for the iron farm. Now, I think I went a little bit overboard. I did make it bigger than probably what it should have been. But let me take you guys inside on a little tour. There's 2 entrances. Well, this one's not really an entrance. It's a fake entrance. So the real entrance, let me just show you actually. Yeah, it's basically showing you the farm side of things. So that's not the real entrance. The real way is this way. So when you enter, you have like a little room on the side, and then it leads us into the actual place where we can get our iron, which hasn't gone in. This farm is working amazingly because look at all the iron that we've gotten so far. Anyways, that is the iron farm all done and completed. I'm actually quite happy with the way the build turned out. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you guys. There's an upstairs. So I've got a ladder here, and upstairs it's just empty. I was thinking we could possibly like have like another farm up here, maybe like a sugarcane farm, or I don't know. We could have something like little that can just go on top of the iron farm. That will also be useful. So if you have any suggestions, do let me know. But yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I think I did get carried away with the build because it did turn out to be a lot bigger than I thought it would be. But it looks really nice. It looks quite cute next to our little starter area. While I was working on the build, I also just got, a bunch of mending on nearly all of my armor. I've got it on all of my tools, and I've just been enchanting it all with things I'll need. There's also been quite a lot of villagers spawning, as you can see over here. There's quite a bit of them. So I decided to like off the farm because I don't know what I'm doing with those villagers just yet. And the way I just offed it is just like removing the beds from here. But I think probably off camera I might just like bring these guys inside of here and probably just get some more trades running and stuff. Because I do not want to bore you guys with that. But it is time for us to now move on to something else. There's been something else I want to get done, which is this thing here. I'm not liking looking at this the zombie farm little thing, so I want to build a build that can cover this. But before I do that, I think the first step should be to just make the way getting up and down a lot more easily. And I was thinking that we can sort of have like a water elevator taking us up and one that brings us down. To do that, I'm just going to move like this entire wall just like one spot backwards. And yes, there we go, we got some dripstone. If I've lined this up correctly, it should just take us down to the hole we've made, I hope. Oh, there we go, perfect. Now I think I would like this one to bring us down, and then this one to take us all the way up. So I think what I need to do is make this into like a soul sand elevator first, and then apparently replace the block with the magma block. So break all of this, we then replace this with the magma block, and it should work. Yes, it works, it works, it works. Great. And just like that, we have got ourselves 2 working elevators, which means that the build needs to cover basically this part and around here like this. The next thing we need to do now is to just do some terraforming before we can start working on the build. I have just finished doing some terraforming around the area, and I've also just gone ahead and made an outline for the build. I've gathered some resources that I think will look nice for this build. So this is going to be the block palette. We've got some, some turf and some stone. After the stone layer, I was thinking we can work into like some, some sand, some sandstone and some birch. And then for the roof, I want to use like a sort of like mud and jungle and a little bit of copper sort of gradients. So I'm going to get started on just working on this build, and I guess I will see you guys once the build is done. So enjoy the little time lapse. So I have finally finished the build that covers up the zombie farm, and this is how it has turned out. So the roof is quite similar to the roof that we have for the blacksmiths, because what I want to try doing for the village is like incorporating maybe whether it's like the block palettes or like the roof designs with like other builds in the village, so that way like all the builds sort of like tie in together. On the inside, if I take you in, I decided to just, decorate the floor with some dripstone and some mud. Obviously that's just the zombie farm part. I haven't decorated the inside because I wasn't sure what to actually decorate it with. And we got our water elevators, which are working amazingly, and obviously the zombie farm. It is now time for us to move on to our next course of action, which is going to be another farm. Ooh, before I talk about which farm I'm planning on doing next, I just realized, I think in the last episode, I asked you guys to leave like a name suggestion for like the butcher villager. I'm gonna quickly take a look at the name suggestions that you guys left in the last episode, and I'm gonna quickly choose one. Okay, I'm back. There's quite a few name suggestions, but I think out of them all, the one that I like the most is Bernard. There we go. I hope I spelled it right. Butchers. Oh my god, that's just perfect. Obviously, we need Bernard in here. We don't have a Bernard just yet, but we'll definitely bring a Bernard in here. Before I forget, I definitely want to like actually like name a Bernard, so I'm gonna make a name tag for him right now. I think we'll choose you. There you go. We got Bernard here, and during probably like some time off camera, I'm gonna bring this guy over, and we'll get him set up inside the what's called the butchers. Anyways, we're moving on to this build that we built in the last episode, which I'm sure you can sort of guess what kind of farm I'm planning on making. It is going to be a melon and a pumpkin farm. I've done a bit of the interior. I've like done the floor, and I've made some space down here, which I'm hoping is enough space for the farm. We'll see. We'll figure it out. If it's not, then I guess we're gonna have to make another little room underneath. And just like that, the pumpkin and melon farm has finally been completed. So when you head inside this building, it's just currently empty up here, but obviously I will probably decorate it sometime. We have the second floor, which is where I was planning on building the farm, but I realized I kind of wanted it to be a little bit more bigger. So I began to expand the downstairs area, and this is what I've sort of ended up with. The farm is working quite well. It has currently produced us, quite a bit actually. Wow, okay, this is working very nicely. While I was like sorting out the walls and stuff, I noticed that there was like a little bit of a cave that kind of leads down into the same area that we have like our zombie farm, if that makes sense. So this staircase, I've got it connected up to the zombie farm area, and I've just basically made it go all the way down into like this part here. But yeah, the zombie farm is up that way, and I guess if we're ever down here and we want to just like head back to like the village, like the other side of the village, we can nicely and quickly do that too. I think that is where I'm going to end today's episode up from. I am actually quite happy with the progress that I made. We began by making ourselves a lovely trading hall and got quite a bunch of like the basic trades all up and running. I think I still need a feather falling for villager because I really want those for my boots. And as well as like sorting out the trading hall, we've got our armor and tools looking very, very good. And we also made ourselves obviously a little villager breeder, which works, you know, quite interestingly. We then needed a bunch of emeralds, so we of course made ourselves a raid farm. I will definitely leave like the tutorials that I used and followed in the description below. After that, we had finally went ahead and built like a build to cover the zombie spawner stuff that was happening over here, and there was like a massive hole. So it's looking pretty decent with what I've like done to the land and how I terraformed it. It's looking a lot better than before, and of course the interior isn't done in here, but we got our zombie farm down there up and running. I feel like I've done more. Oh yes, I missed out the iron farm. I was just gonna say we did something else as well besides the pumpkin and melon farm. We built an iron farm as well, which has been super useful because just basically building things like chains, lanterns, and anything else that I need, I can like easily make it now. I do think the iron farm, like the build for it, like turned out really nice. I did kind of wing it, which is why it turned out much bigger than I thought it would. I got a bit carried away, but overall I really like it. I think the interior of it is looking good as well. And let's see how much. Oh, okay, this is getting really full, so I need to start sorting out these into blocks before we start losing like a bunch of iron. But yeah, I'm very happy with the progress I've made in today's episode. There is still a ton of work that we still need to do. For example, like the village is not finished yet. I think I had the hopes of actually completing it in today's episode, but making all these farms and the builds, it takes a lot more longer than I thought it would. In the next episode, I definitely want to make like a little central point over here. I was thinking that it could be like a little fountain, but maybe like some market stalls or something. And as well as that, maybe build like a nice little like tower over here, sort of overlooking like this water area and obviously the rest of the village. But yeah, a ton of work done in today's episode, and I'm sure I've got a ton of work to do in the next one as well. So if you guys did enjoy, make sure to drop a like, and if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.